Good morning and welcome to the show, and thanks for waking up with us today. I'm here with Mike Jones at Bay County School District's Safety and Security Operations Center. Is that the right name?
Yes, sir.
Mike? Thank you so much for letting us
Thank you.
behind the closed doors here to get a rare peek under the tent here as to what happens in securing the safety of our children, our most precious resource.
Amen.
And as a parent, and I think I speak for most parents out there, you know, the very basic expectation we have of the school district is to deliver our kids home safe at the end of the day. And that's what you do, don't you, Mike?
Yes, sir. That's my job.
Now how do you do all that? I mean, it seems like you've got about, what, 25,000 kids in the district?
Right.
And you've got to make sure that they're getting on buses, getting off buses safely. During their school day, they're safe. I mean, that takes a lot of legwork, doesn't it?
Well, providing a safe learning environment for our students and our folks to work in. We have 4,000 employees. We have 5,000 vendors and contractors. And it starts at the top. You've got to have a superintendent that is safety conscious. Mr. Husfeld, there's nothing like him. He is very conscious of the children's safety and providing that safety and security feeling for those kids and the staff when they're at school, and for the parents to know that their kids are going to be safe at school. Second is a board. Our board obviously is a very safe and secure security type personnel. They believe in it. They built this operations center for me and to run for them. And then you got to hire good people, and we've got some excellent people that work here in the operations center besides me.
I know as a parent of a child in the Bay County School District, you know, I watch the news.
Right.
I see what's going on around the world.
Right.
We also have painful memories of what actually happened on Balboa Avenue as well several years ago.
Right.
With a shooter there. I mean, this can happen anywhere, anytime, to anyone.
That's right.
And it's your job to kind of predict the unpredictable in a lot of ways, isn't it?
Exactly. And you know, we focus around the 4 phases of emergency management: preparation, planning, and training, and responding to that incident, and then recovering from that incident and mitigating. What can we do better? We know that we will never be able to stop that person, but we can minimize our losses, minimize our injuries and our deaths if we prepare, we plan, and we have things in place for our folks to do when and if these events happen. And we're really, really big on the preparation and planning and training our folks.
Well, you really have a no-fail mission.
Exactly.
And you have to be right 100% of the time. And I know being right 100% of the time, you rely very heavily on technology. And you have an operations center here that you've basically built from the ground up.
Yes, sir.
Which kind of gives you eyes and ears around the district to make sure our kids are safe.
We're very proud of that operations center, and so is the board, so is the superintendent. They've supported me 100% in that, and it really took off after our incident. But we were preparing, we were planning, and we were building this. But when the incident happened, it kicked in from about 30 mile an hour to 100 mile an hour.
It always takes something like that, Mike. It always does. We got to run off to the local weather, but maybe on the other side, you can show us around the operations center and how you surveil all that area and keep tabs on our kids.
Be glad
keeping them safe. And we'll be right back after your local weather. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Mike Jones and Bill McCurdy here at the Bay District Schools Safety and Security Operations Center. Gentlemen, thank you so much for letting me in behind the scenes here to get this rare look behind the scenes of what all you do to keep our kids safe. Now, what happens in this room, Mike?
Basically, we have 2 people that are sitting here all day long, and they watch our security cameras in the schools. They'll change from school to school, camera to camera, try to keep up with what's going on and see if they can spot that undesirable person that's maybe trying to come on campus, or that event that might be taking place on campus, and stop it, notify people ahead of time. He also reviews footage from the night before if we have an incident, a burglary or something like that, theft or criminal mischief. And it's all recorded, it's videotaped, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And you have more than a few cameras around the district, don't you, Bill?
How many do we have all total now? I can't even keep up.
I think we're close to 400 now.
Yeah, we've got cameras in just about every school in the district, and we can pretty much, and we can take control of them. That's the beauty of it. If we have an incident, say someone calls in a threat in a lunchroom, for instance, but won't tell us which one, we can just lock up lunchrooms all.
You could just say select lunchrooms everywhere.
Right.
That's right.
And we can watch what's going on there. We have capability to do a lot of really neat things. I really don't want to go into all of it because I don't want to tell all our secrets. But,
Right.
But
we
suffice
can
it
do a
to
lot of
say, you're watching the schools,
we can
both
see everything.
inside and outside.
That's right, exactly. We've got cameras inside, outside, on perimeter. It's amazing.
And Mike, we can also see on the school buses as well, can't we?
Exactly. We have about 150 school buses, and every one of those buses have 4 cameras on them now. One facing out the direction, one facing the door if somebody tries to board that bus, one facing to the rear of the bus, and one from the rear to the front. So we can see if the kids are acting up. And we catch them on there acting up all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't think they believe it.
right, until they get caught. And same way with the people that come on our campus, and they don't know it until they get caught.
People who don't belong on campus are going to be on this screen.
If they're watching TV today, they need to be aware. We've got cameras everywhere, and we're in the process as we speak. This morning, you heard me on the phone with our engineers, and in the next 30 to 60 days, we'll have another almost 100 cameras installed in our schools.
And it's not just catching people. Bill, don't you think this has a deterrent effect?
Oh, absolutely.
You know, if you know there's cameras everywhere on campus,
Absolutely.
you're gonna try to behave yourself a little better, aren't
We
you?
actually see people trying to avoid cameras.
Uh-huh.
And,
Yeah.
and doing things. I watched a video on the bus the other day of a student walked up to the camera, looked at it, and put his hand up in front of it. And he's just trying to stay off the camera.
Not knowing there were 3 other cameras.
Yeah, but watching everything
him.
he was doing.
Yeah, you just can't outsmart.
Yeah, we overlap, and we have some overlay, you know, where we can catch them. And
Now, as far as transportation on the buses go, there's an accountability method that the kids have now where they have to swipe a pass. Is that right?
right, it's called Z-Pass, and it lets us know the monitor behind you is actually our Zonar system. And if you call me and ask me where one particular bus is, say bus 555, we can punch it up in the computer, tell you where it's at and how many kids are on board, who's on board, how fast it's going, and monitor that bus and the activity from the cameras.
Now, I know you're not only watching, all around the district, but you're also watching the news as well.
Right, worldly events, if we get hurricanes, severe weather, obviously today they're talking about terrorist attacks.
Certainly.
That's all that's on the screen today, and we try to keep up with that. We learn from that, and whenever we get into an inclement weather situation, we've got a couple of those in every office, and we're all watching different stations and trying to keep up with it for the safety of our kids, as well as our AccuWeather system that we have in here that's not on the screen now. It's on the screen over here.
Well, maybe we can take a look at that AccuWeather system real quick.
Sure.
If we can.
Yeah, Ray, can you flip it up to the big screen for us? And it'll come over where the Zonar system is right there. You're going to drag it up there. And you know, I think this is very important to the parents too. They should know that if you'll look, show them the rings, Bill, the 10 and the 5 mile ring.
The outer ring is a 10-mile ring around all these little blue dots. All these little blue dots are our schools. And then the inner ring is the 5-mile ring on the outskirts. And when we get a lightning, a thunderstorm rolling in, or high winds, or rain over, was it 2 inches?
2 inches of flooding.
Alerts start going off for I think 5 people at the school.
Right.
We get notified, the school board gets notified, that bad weather's coming, get the kids in, then it goes again at the 5-mile mark.
So each one of those blue dots is a school.
Right.
And that first ring is a 5-mile radius around each one of those schools.
Right.
And then it's that 10-mile radius around there. So when you've got inclement weather rolling in,
and you
or
can see
perhaps
it
a
coming
tornado
in.
watch or something like that.
Right. And
Right.
we know, get to school, and it alerts the school itself too as well. There's a list that comes out.
And the school buses too.
Exactly.
We get text messages, we get emails right away. It happens right away. We got thunderstorms coming in here. My phone goes off every 30 seconds.
We got to run off to a break, but on the other side of that, let's explore more of what's going on here at the Operations Center, and we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Mike Jones at the Bay County School District's Safety and Security Operations Center.
Yes, sir.
And how important a function is this, Mike?
This is a very important function to us. This is our visitor screening. You cannot be an employee of Bay District Schools without submitting your fingerprints for what we call a level 2 background check with the FBI, with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. We have 2 people full-time, that's all they do, fingerprint. Folks don't realize this. We have 4,012 employees, part-time and full-time, and 5,000 contractors and vendors. We have to keep up with their prints. They have to be reprinted every 5 years, And if they are arrested, we are automatically notified that one of our vendors, contractors, or employees are arrested for an offense so that we can take them out of service and remove them from our schools.
Because that's one thing I always kind of thought about is, what about these vendors or these contractors who come and maybe do some repair work on a school, or,
Right.
or maybe do some sort of construction work? I mean, who the heck are these people?
That's right. In 2014, and this particular week, we arrested 6 fugitives from justice that came in here to get fingerprinted to work for us. And when we ran their background and found from the FBI that they were wanted fugitives from justice, we just did one this week.
So it could be anybody.
Exactly.
I mean, now also, if I wanted to go on an overnight trip as a chaperone for one of my kids' school trips,
Right.
do I have to go through all this too?
Oh yes, if you go overnight out of town and you spend the night chaperoning any Bay District student, you have to submit to a fingerprint background check.
Have you ever prevented anybody from doing that?
Numerous.
Really?
Oh yes.
So we have even parents out there
Right.
who may have warrants out on them as well. Not just
Right.
so you just never know who you're dealing with.
This is one of our best tools that we have. This controls our visitor screening, and as well as being fingerprinted, when you come to visit our schools, you have to submit your driver's license, and they're scanned in a machine called the Raptor.
Right.
And it tells us only if you're a sexual predator, not a drug dealer or something like that, or a violent crime offender, where the fingerprints tell us everything. If you've ever spit on a sidewalk, we'll know about it from these fingerprints.
Because I know just going to my kids' school to visit, they do that whole driver's license thing, and you get the little visitor pass, and
That's
you get
right.
to go to the classroom.
That's
And
right.
that's kind of reassuring in and of itself, knowing that at least you know who I am and how to get me if I do something wrong. But if I'm going to be working real close with the kids on a
Exactly.
professional level, or maybe as a volunteer, this thing takes away all doubt.
That's right.
Of who's in contact with your children.
We revamped this thing about 3 years ago. Superintendent Husfield said we want to keep every undesirable person away from our children. We want to make sure that we're providing the safest learning environment for those and secure learning environment for those kids. This is our biggest tool right here.
Yeah, I feel a lot safer knowing that this thing is here. Now, I know also that you have some actual police cars now.
Yes, sir, we do.
Well, can we go take a look at
Yes,
one
sir,
of
we
those?
can. We go outside and we'll show you one.
Let's check it out. Well, Mike, it seems like you've got Bay County school districts pretty well secure now, and you've got a no-kidding police force here guarding our kids.
Yes, sir, we do. And it's growing, it's getting stronger. We're getting more officers involved every day. We got a lot of retired officers that didn't have anything to do. They want to come down, they want to volunteer and get in
here-
one of our marked police cars.
And here goes one of your officers now, and look at this thing. This is Bay District Schools police car.
Yes, sir. We got these cars from the Panama City Police Department. They sold them to us at a very, very low rate, $500 per
Wow.
car. We reconditioned them over at Tom Haney. We have a mechanics class, paint and body shop over there, and we put them on the road, and very noticeable, the paint job, and they patrol our schools, and they hang out in the elementary schools, all of our officers do.
So if you see this car at a school, you know there's an officer on duty there.
Exactly.
And that in and of itself has a deterrent effect.
Exactly. Yep. We're very proud of this, and we've got 8 of these now, and we're growing. We're hoping to have 4 more before the end of this school year.
And you equip this just like you would a regular police car.
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
you?
it's got the radios, the weapons, communication system in them, and they can call for help, and not just other officers, but they can call for ambulances and fire and those type of things.
Well, Mike Jones, Bay County Schools District, thank you so much for
Yes, sir.
letting us behind the scenes here, and I, for one, applaud you for everything that you're doing
Thank
to
you,
keep
sir.
our kids safe during these really desperate times.
Yes, sir. We appreciate
It's
it.
scary out there, and it's getting scarier, but I feel better after talking with you.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Waking Up with Don show. I'm Pamela Elliott with Elliott Vocal Studios and Talent Agency, and we have some great talent here. We have Southern Sunday, and go to their Facebook page. It's Southern Sunday 850 and like their page. You're going to really love them. Guys, what are y'all going to be singing today?
We're going to be singing a song that we all kind of put together about Bay County here. We haven't quite figured out the name for it exactly yet. It's either Bay County or our side of town. And we got to give a shout out to our boy Jordan Hobbs that kind of helped us out with this song too. So
Awesome. Awesome. Take it away.
Call your friends, tell them get dressed fast. It's Friday night and a check just cashed. We hit 231 in Bayou George. Hit them 35s rolling on my and Barbed Wire Creek's playing at the Boggin, and Cooter's got the whole crowd rocking. We hit Scotts Ferry Road, there ain't a cop to pass. Don't be scared, boy, put your foot to gas. Let me tell you about where I was raised. We're here in Bay County, the spring break's good, but you can't kick it like we do out here in these woods. We stand our ground, looking face to face. If you kick our ass, you got a hand to shake. We wear our boots and our wore-out jeans, a bonfire in the fields just right for me. And the country girls are like a summer heat shining down on our side of town. We hit Deer Point Lake, throw out a line, call up your friends, we just killing some time. If we head to the beach, some all-night bars, come on baby, it ain't too far. Let me tell you about where I was raised. We're here in Bay County, the spring break's good, but you can't kick it like we do out here in these woods. We stand our ground, looking face to face. If you kick our ass, you got a hand to shake. We wear our boots and our wore-out jeans, a bonfire in the fields just right for me. And the country girls are like a summer heat shining down on our side of town. County, the spring break's good, but you can't kick it like we do out here in these woods. We stand our ground, look you face to face. If you kick our ass, you got a hand to shake. We wear our boots and our wore-out jeans, a bonfire in the field just right for me. And the country girls are like a summer heat shining down. Well, I said the country girls are like a summer heat shining down on our side of town. On our side of town. We're here in Bay County, the spring break's good, but you can't kick it like we do out here in these woods. What's going on? We're Southern Sunday. I'm Kyle, Mitch, Alec. We're gonna do a little song right here for you. It's a cover song, two pretty popular ones. We like to do things a little different when we're out at the gigs and stuff like that. We're going to take a new one by Eric Church, Talladega, and do a little mix with some Keith Urban, Stupid Boy. And, we can do that for you right here. It was the summer before the real world started, and deal was we would get to go with and clean it up, and got it running. Daddy's old Winnebago, winging a prayer down 65. My best friends on football ties. I can still see Billy smiling when we finally made it to Talladega. Boy was raised up, whiskey in your glass. Here's to turn it up, or slowing down, cause it go real fast. We were laughing and living and drinking and wishing, thinking as that checkered flag was waving. Sure like to stay here in Talladega.
Well, she was precious like a flower, and she grew wild, wild and innocent. The perfect prayer in a desperate hour. Well, she was everything beautiful, but she was different. Stupid boy, you can't fence that in, stupid boy. It's like holding back the wind. She let her stole her of the dream and you crushed her plans. She never even knew she had a choice, 'cause that's what happens when the only voice you hear is telling her she can't. Stupid boy. Stupid boy. In Talladega, was raised up, whiskey in your glass. Here's to turn it up, slowing down, and cause it go real fast. We were laughing and living and drinking and wishing, thinking as that checkered flag was waving. Sure would like to stay here in Talladega. Yeah, well, Talladega. Oh, yeah. Talladega.